Hornby Hobbies have been involved with Beatles products for a number of years. In fact, we're one of the oldest licensees that they've worked with. We've been producing the Corgi Yellow Submarine model, for instance, since the late 1960s, and it's still available today, complete with all the working features that it would have had when it was originally produced all those years ago. But today, we've actually got something from our Hornby train range. So this is a homage to a real vehicle that was produced and ran in the British and Paris train service, the Eurostar. And this is the Eurostar Yellow Submarine. So today we're going to talk to Simon Kohler. He's the brand and licensing director here at Hornby Hobbies, commonly called Mr. Hornby. And he's going to share with us the inspiration behind our train set and how we came up with this complete Beatles Yellow Submarine pack that we're going to see today. So, I'll introduce you to Simon now. So, Simon, here today at Hornby HQ, having a look at the new Beatles-inspired Yellow Submarine Eurostar train set. Tell me more.
Big Beatle fan, collecting all their albums, singles, etc. As soon as they came out, you had to buy it, that sort of thing. And I've always had a good, strong affinity with the Beatles. We introduced the actual Eurostar model back in the mid-ish 90s, and when I believe I remember seeing the wrapped, as they call it, Yellow Submarine on the Eurostar right at the end of the 90s. And I thought, oh, that'd be fabulous to do. And I went to see Apple to talk to them about it, and they were keen that we could do it. The only problem we had, we were restricted on the number of vehicles. Now, I think they had wrapped, it was something like 18, 19 vehicles, telling the whole story of Yellow Submarine. And you know, and I've from a cartoon point of view, I've always loved that anyway. So wanted to do it, but couldn't do it, didn't have the vehicles, and they wanted us really, if they're going to do it, they want to do the whole thing. So sadly I had to put that on the back burner, and it was one of those, I really would love to do it. Yeah. And then a couple of years ago you came back and you said you've been approached by Apple saying, why don't you do the Eurostar? And that sort of brought it all back. Yes, I'd love to. And spoke to our designers here, and funnily enough, I'd been given a visual of all the cars on a roll, big long roll, by Apple all those years, and I'd kept it. And I showed it to our people here, and they nearly had a heart attack. No, we can't do that. We had no chance. But I'd got the scent by now, and I was really after it. And so spoke to an outside source, a designer, who was up for it. He had the models. We devised what we wanted to do, how we wanted to split it, bearing in mind, you know, the set and the pack was going to be 4 cars, and we had 2 centre pieces. So how are we going to tell the story as best we can?
So we were going to be able to do 6 coaches effectively.
Just do 6 coaches out of. But whereas the real one had the same part of the story on both sides, we were using different sides to tell different stories. Yep. Part of the story. So we had, Sean went off to do that, and I really did want to do it. I did put it in the plan straight away, and eventually it came through. We sent the graphics off to Apple. They asked if they could do some tweaks, etc., make some changes. We had those. In the meantime, we'd spoken to the manufacturer in the Far East. Could it be done? He sent us samples of how they would do the wrap, which worked. And really, the rest, thanks to Apple, thanks to Joe, we were able to progress. Got the artwork sent over to the Far East. The samples came back, decorated. They loved them. A couple of little tweaks for us because things hadn't quite worked out, so we had to move a few things. But yeah, and then we got the first shots through, first decorated samples through, and it's like the fulfilment, of of something that's taken the best part of 20 odd years to happen, really. Not to mention the story. I remember seeing Yellow Submarine in the late 60s. So yeah, it's great. It ticks so many boxes for me.
It does. And for Beatles fans, the fact that they've got what was the original artwork from the movie was then applied onto the real Eurostar. And then you were fortunate enough to have the artwork from Apple Corp so that you could recreate it a third time.
Yeah.
They're getting the homage to almost the complete original, aren't they?
Absolutely. And as I say, between when they first did the wrap and really 2018, digital and things had moved on such a lot. We were able to refine, retune, etc. The livery and the graphics, make them a lot sharper. And the process. I mean, in 20 years ago, the process we've used to decorate or put the liveries on these things didn't exist, and they would have had to use like a printing machine. And although it would have been pretty good, it wouldn't have been anything like that standard.
Yeah, they are amazing. And of course, what you get in the train set is 4 units to start with. So that's 8 different pieces of artwork, isn't it, on the hood?
Yeah.
So take us through what's in the train set. What are people going to get?
In the train set, if you start from the basics and we'll work up, you start off with what we call a track mat, which is like a bird's eye view of a layout.
Yep.
You have an oval of track with a siding, which places over the track mat, and that gives you a start of building up a layout. You also get a controller in there and a transformer, a safe transformer, plug-in, wall plug transformer. And then, of course, you get the vehicles. And you get the 2 Eurostar drive units and the 2 coaches that are immediately behind the drive units. And then on each side, as we've already said, there's a different part of the story.
So what's that one got on the other side? Can we see what's on the other side of that one?
Yeah, and then on the other side, we have, the blue meanies,
Yeah.
etc.
And there's the periscope from the Yellow Submarine.
So these are some of the characters from the start of the film, some of the naughty ones as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was quite nasty.
You're right. The reproduction, the artwork on that is superb.
Wonderful,
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful. You look here, how precise it is. It's terrific. It's blue meaning.
So somebody buying this train set, they're going to have everything in the box to actually run this as a fully motorised train around their home.
Yes.
Yeah, they can put it down on a surface and off they go.
Yeah. Don't put it on the carpet, but yes, put it on the surface. They're up and running.
Okay.
But there's 2 more coaches, isn't there?
Yeah. And then we have centre coaches, which tells 4 more parts of the story, and they go in between this that pops on there, and then that way, and then these other 2 coaches go here, and then those back on. So you end up with a 6-car unit.
Extend it to 6 carriages,
Yeah.
and that gives you 12 artworks in total.
Correct.
Pretty close to the original.
But I think it will tell the story, abridged, but it tells the story.
So here we are, back at the Hornby showroom. We've put the Eurostar Yellow Submarine train onto one of our showroom layouts, so you get to see it actually running.
I have to say, out of all the models we have produced certainly over the last 30-40 years, this has to be the best and the most complex, but the most striking. Probably in my career, I'd probably say that's arguably the best, and that would be the one. I'd say, what are you proud of? And I'd say this one.
Simon, thank you for showing that off to us. I agree, it's been lovely. Thank you for watching. We're Hornby. You can buy the train set on our website or from local stockists.